The best of money matters. Right Business.
Welcome to The Right Business, where we dive deep into the stories of trailblazers who dare to disrupt the status quo, find the gap in the market to find the right business. Hello, I'm Hongbin Jeong. You know how your bank or insurance app seems to know exactly what you need, sometimes even before you do? Well, that's not magic. It's AI quietly working behind the scenes to help companies deliver faster service, smarter recommendations, and smoother digital experiences. But building AI that actually works for people is no small feat. How do financial institutions in Southeast Asia and the Gulf make AI feel local and relevant? And how can regulators help companies experiment with new technologies safely and quickly? Well, to answer these questions, we're joined by Tomas Skuomal, who is the chairman and co-founder of Dyna.ai. Hi, Thomas. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Nice to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us. Well, Thomas, Dyna.ai describes itself as a Singapore-headquartered AI tech services firm serving banks and insurers across Southeast Asia and the GCC. Walk us through the company's origin story and how do you define your role in transforming the financial services landscape?
We define ourselves like a Singapore company because we are based out of Singapore, and we are doing I liked your comment about that the banks or financial institution knows sometimes faster than you what you need. It is the part of AI which you might call this discriminative AI or the machine learning, which learns your habits from every single kind of stuff you do with the bank, transaction on cards, transactions on debit card, any purchase you might do. But that's, let's say, just the half of it. The second half is also that there is this famous generative AI, like all the ChatGPTs, which is kind of solving the problem of communicating with the customer. So it's not only that AI knows from the discriminative AI what you need, but also from generative AI kind of is able to communicate it to you. And that's exactly what the kind of Dyna.ai does, is that we do both of these MIS, both of those approaches, discriminative AI as well as the generative AI to talk to the customers.
So how has being headquartered in Singapore shaped your approach to AI innovation and deployment?
The Singapore is the well-known country for being very safe, very robust in helping of the innovations, not only having a plan like many of the countries, but also having track record on delivering on any supporting plan, attracting a lot of new talents. And last but not least, I was already based in Singapore. So, it was also making sense that we will have a headquarters over here since we are here.
Right. Well, then in what ways has this strategic location influenced how you address the diverse market needs of Southeast Asia as well as the GCC?
It's like a great, robust national strategy and support of the countries.
Okay. Well, the AI services market in banking and insurance is growing rapidly with many players entering the space. What would you say then differentiates Dyna.ai from other AI providers, and why do clients choose your solutions over others?
There is these two types of AI. One is the discriminative and another part is the generative, which communicates, and one kind of provides the, let's say, insights about the customer. And many of the companies does just half of it, either, the insights or the communication. So we are the ones who does both. And actually most of the, the solutions, we have our own proprietary one, we have our own LLM, which helps the finance institutions to have solutions on-prem. And obviously for the finance institution, bigger the finance institution is, the more important for the institution is to have the proprietary model on-prem, that no information about the customer are leaving the either premises or the private cloud of the company. So that's probably what differentiates us, that we have our own solution, proprietary, and also we do both discriminative and generative AI.
Financial institutions in Southeast Asia and the GCC, they are at different stages of digital transformation. So, Thomas, why are these regions particularly ready for AI-driven solutions now?
It is now I would say they are different level of readiness. The small ones are very ready even mentally. The big ones, they are ready because everybody talks about it, they want to do it. But obviously, because the regulatory environments is different in different countries, Singapore is more developed than let's say some other Southeast Asia, or let's say Dubai is more developed than any other GCC countries. So then obviously the big institution might be using some, let's say, less governance of the companies solving AI solutions. For example, the agents which are solving internal problems, let's say the credit agents, which can then develop the credit report, comprehensive credit report about customers internally, while let's say the smaller and braver customers, they can go and deploy the external agents, such as agent which would call the customer or receive the calls of a customer and do the servicing. I guess as we will go forward, then even the big companies will start moving to that direction, and some of them, the braver ones, they are, but obviously different companies in size-wise and in different countries, given the regulation, they are having like a different approach to that.
So what key trends in digital banking and insurance are driving the demand for AI tools like the ones Dyna.ai develops?
AI is now like everybody talks about it. So it's not only trends, it is more like that if you don't have AI in a company, then you are not considered being innovative, you are considered being like a dinosaur. So I guess like we have the benefit that our product is kind of desired, or let's say wanted by every single institution. The only level is like how comprehensive solution that particular finance institution is ready to take, or insurance company, how comprehensive solution they are ready to take in a perspective of their readiness to kind of go with the AI solution and give the AI more of the power in the company or more of the solutions being driven by the AI. But every single company is now ready to start with something simply because it is, first of all, saving the cost. Second of all, as you say at the beginning, increases the customer experience by giving customers what they want even before they know they want it. Therefore, that any call what they receive from the finance institution is more relevant, because we are all normally upset when we receive the call from the finance institution and it's kind of irrelevant to us. But AI is helping with the relevancy. AI is helping that if you receive the subsequent call, the subsequent call doesn't start from beginning, but as the AI has a memory, then you continue with the subsequent call where you finish the previous one, which with the human operators, many times you are called with a different operator. And when the different operator starts the call, you have to re-explain yourself several times. So I guess this is the main drivers for the finance solution, what they foresee as the benefits, and therefore they are ready to go to AI.
Are there any specific examples of how your AI-powered chatbots or personalized offer engines are improving the daily banking experience for customers that you can share with us?
Sure. I mean, like that's pretty much what I believe. It's the main driver of an AI is that it can handle bigger volumes. And it can handle them in perspective of very personalized solution. Normally, if you have a bank or a finance institution without AI to be able to manage the volume, that definitely has to go on the personalized solution. You manage the volume by having every single call the same. While with the AI, our solution, because then we can develop like solutions which is able to serve consecutively several customers, concurrently several customers, but each one of them can be treated uniquely the way what he needs or what he believes or what he likes. So our chatbots are kind of personalized to the customers with the discriminative AI to offer them the relevant products, and generative AI to serving them with the way they like to be served or explaining the products the way they want it to be explained. And that would help them to understand the problems or solution of a problems better. So that's pretty much like kind of two types of helps.
All right. Well, beyond enhancing customer experience, Thomas, what impact have these solutions had on financial institutions' operational efficiency or customer engagement metrics?
As every single company, even the financial institution are looking on their cost. And obviously, the AI is bringing a lot of cost savings, even though it's more more expensive countries like Singapore and less in some less expensive countries like in the Southeast Asia region. So that's one. And obviously, the another benefit is that because you can treat your customers better and more personalized way, then technically any servicing call which the customer is having with the finance institution then becomes shorter. So then the customers are having like a better engagement or better NPS simply because they are having this problem solved faster and they are having problems solved in the very first call. So therefore they kind of appreciate the institution better. So that's probably the two main impacts.
All right. I mean, Dubai's free zones as well are often cited as a prime location for fintech innovation and AI pilots. So Thomas, why is this regulatory environment so conducive to testing and scaling AI solutions quickly and safely?
I mean, the Dubai, similar similarly like a Singapore, it's kind of like very, very, let's say, innovative driven country with a lot of innovation projects supported by the regulatory perspective or by the governments, with like a strong framework for innovation and with like the lot of the supporting initiatives. The country itself, they have like Singapore and Dubai, they have like a very nice plan going forward, and also they have like a track record on delivering on those.
All right. And looking ahead, 3 to 5 years, where do you see the greatest opportunities for AI in banking and insurance?
I mean, my personal dream is that like sooner than 5 and somewhere around 3 years, there will be like quite few of the finance institutions in the world where any single communication between the customers and the finance institution would be driven by AI, preferably by AI from Dyna. And that will finally reveal all the benefits for the customers, which they can get from AI. As I already mentioned, that any single call which they will have with the company will remember all previous calls. So then you don't have to re-explain yourself. You can simply refer, I had a similar problem 5 years, 3 years, 2 weeks, 1 hour ago, and you don't have to explain what problem it is. The AI will just simply look at it on the history and will know exactly what is your problem and will know exactly how it was solved like 2 years, 3 years ago, what changed in the system between now and then, and know how to solve those problems this time. So that's, I believe, from the customer perspective, what will change. And obviously from the institutional perspective, I guess the main change will be that they will be able to kind of distinguish us as the individuals, and they will be able to offer us more tailor-made products for each one of us, what we really need and what we really prefer. So combining with the better communication and better products, I guess the finance institution should have a much better engagement ratio, or let's say NPS ratios given them by their customers.
Very interesting. Well, before I let you go here, Thomas, what's next for Dyna.ai? Are there any exciting developments or expansion plans on the horizon?
I mean, we expanded quite few because we are in LATAM, we are in the, as you say, the GCC, we are in Singapore and Southeast Asia. So we would like to deepen in those regions where we are. Maybe next year, Europe. Problem with Europe is that there is way too many languages. While, if you are in GCC, it's only Arabic or English. Here in Singapore is English, and the other neighboring countries, they are having their own language, but they are big, large, while like in Europe, you have a lot of small countries with their own language. So that kind of creates an issue for the generative AI. But still, like it is for us, like me being originally from Europe, it is like the region where I would like to move the company forward. But in general, it's like where we already are, deepen it and probably start like Europe.
All right. Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Thomas, for joining me today.
It was my pleasure. And, I'm wishing everybody of you a great weekend ahead.
Thank you. Have a great weekend to you as well. That was Tomas Skuomal, who is the chairman and co-founder of Dyna.ai. This has been The Right Business with me, Hongbin Jeong.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.